a dime, and dance the girls all on. Them was the good old days. Them was the good old days. Model A radio, but oh-dee-oh-do. Row, row, rumble seats and running boards. Them was the good old days. Ruby Valley, oh you kid. Them was the good old days. Everybody eating up everything he did. Them was the good old days. Them was the good old days. They had the foxtrot rhythm, Charleston, and the Nickelodeon. Rah, rah, rumble seats and running boards. Them was the good old days. The day when the cat was the cat's meow, and you had yourself a raccoon go. A root-toot-tooty and a rat-a-tat-tat. Sit down, you're rocking the boat, yeah. Them was the good old days. The model A's radio. Row-dee-oh-do. Around, around, rumble seats and running boards. Them was the good old days. Do-whack-a-doo and the old soft shoe. Them was the good old days. Ball in the jack and 23 skidoo. Oh, bring back those good old days. They were the days they danced that old black bottom straw hat. Oh yeah, that got 'em. Rah, rah, rumble seats and running boards. Them was the good old days. They had the foxtrot, Charleston, and old black bottom, that old straw hat. Oh yeah, that got 'em. Bring back those good old-fashioned days. Good old days.
You know, now, in the old days, before there was radio, TV, I don't even know that, computer, what are they? They shove things in here, they shove things in there, I don't know where, music comes out everywhere. Used to be, when you go into the living room, you had to make it happen. If there was a certain financial level, there was always a piano in the living room. And this kind of singing, you don't go to a dinner party today and expect people to be able to sing like this. But in the good old days, there were a lot of guys that did. I don't know much about the origins of barbershop quartet. I was going to ask these guys to...
Well, we'll give you a little bit of background. Barbershop actually started in barbershops back at the turn of the century. And that was because the barbershop was a social place for men, men to hang out. Not ladies, men. And so when they did that, there would be an individual who would come in and say, hey, I got a new song here. The lead part, and he would sing that, and then somebody else would jump in with the other three parts until they had the quartet. Barbershop music has its roots in African American music here in the United States, and it's evolved but stayed the same, interestingly enough. By evolved, I mean there's a lot better arrangements and so on and so forth. There's a lot more music that is arranged that way. Right now what we'd like to do is give you a breakdown of barbershop music.
You sing another one for us?
Yeah, sure. But first, here's what we're going to do. There are 4 parts, and obviously when you hear them all together, you say, that sounds really good. What we're going to do is demonstrate the individual parts and let you decide which ones you like best. And, we start out with the one that's the most, well, it's the hardest to listen to. It's the baritone part. And Ed, by the way, see the progression of the mustaches here? I have none, he has a little one, and then we get all the way to the end there. And Ed sings the baritone part. So we're going to give you that first, and, you know, after that, everything gets better, promise. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows.
Now, you may have heard those words, but I promise you, you never heard that tune before. Because that's the baritone part, and that's the reason why when this whole thing started, we started with a person who knew the melody, and he was called the lead. And Roger, the old man of the group, is the lead. Band, take it away.
My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. Oh, that was. And then we had the tenor part, that high guy. Yeah, this part's about a third above the lead. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows.
Isn't that sweet? Like a little bird for people.
I love how that sounds. I can't help it. And then finally the bass. The bass is the bass, the low man. Many times he's been called the low man. Not because of the way he sings, it just happens to be.
My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. Now wasn't that pretty? That was manly, manly. Oh, very manly.
Okay, you've heard the full parts, now we're going to put it together, and this is the way it sounds.
My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, my rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake she may let me take the